The Equalizer 2, 2018 film directed by Antoine Fuqua, starring Denzel Washington and Pedro Pascal, remains the only sequel that Denzel has ever made, aside from the upcoming Equalizer 3. Story picks up sometime after the events of the first film. Robert is largely in the same place he was before, living a quiet life in Boston. Stable job, helps out people in the community, occasionally dabbles in acts of violent vigilante justice to make things right when they require such righting. But one day things turn personal when his old friend from the CIA gets murdered and Robert sets out to find the killers and exact vengeance. So, largely the same type of film as before, largely still as enjoyable as before. If I had to rank them, I'd say this one is probably slightly below the original for two reasons. First, well, the original is the original. It's been the first, and you always get originality points for that. Secondly, I felt that as much as the sequel continues to explore the themes of identity and sets the protagonist in a philosophical conflict against the antagonist, aside from just the physical conflict, as much as I appreciate the film doing that, I think the original went a bit deeper and presented this conflict in a bit of a more interesting way. But having said that, though, there are still things to enjoy here. Denzel has a great screen presence as always. Pedro Pascal gives a very good performance. He sells his character very well and creates an interesting contrast to Robert. The action is great, particularly in the final act, which is set in a very climactic environment. I like the music and the cinematography as well. All in all, it's a fairly straightforward movie. If you liked the original, I think you'll like this one too, even though it largely does the same thing again.